Whenever you're down, out in the cold, faithless and dark, your story's untold.
Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. This is Jody with To Keep for Cancer. Welcome if this is your first time. I'm so happy that you stopped by. That thumbnail got you, right? They say you got like 3 or 4 seconds to capture the person's attention with your thumbnail, and then they read the title, and then they decide whether to do the click on and see if you're worth watching. Well, thank you for getting this far. I appreciate it. All right, well, today is a very, very special video. It is a health update, a long overdue health update. I have been giving little bits and pieces here and there, but now I've got all the information and I can now give it all to you. So yeah, first off, for the new people, just let me say that I'll give you just a really quick, brief overview of my condition. I have cancer. I have stage 4 cancer. It's triple negative breast cancer that's metastasized to my bones, and that's where it has been. It has been camping out, playing peekaboo for the last, oh gosh dang it. Okay, hold on. That's why there's notes, because I also have chemo brain in the worst of ways. Some days it's better, some days it's not. When I'm sick, when I'm tired, when I'm frustrated, it's just like, you know, who knows. Okay, let's see. Okay, now, it has been in my bones for 4 years, in the same spot. However, it has spread to my bones almost just shy of 8 years. So, yeah, if you'd like to hear my whole cancer journey, I just now updated and redid new videos for y'all, and I can put those up here, and you guys can get caught up with the past. And right now, we're going to move on with the future. So about a week ago, a little over a week ago, I started having migraines. And every time I've had a headache, a migraine, or anything, they rush me into the MRI machine and do a brain scan, because the next place that my cancer most likely would go would be up to my brain. And that would be most likely the end of my journey. Went in, they did the MRI of the brain, and then after that I had to go to urgent care and see a regular doctor and I got a shot of antibiotics, and then I got a follow-up of like a, oh my gosh, what was it called? Hold on, I'll be back. Z-Pack. Okay, a Z-Pack. Okay, so I got double whammy of that, and then they gave me these really cool little pearls. They're little pearls. They're pills, but they look like little pearls, and they are for coughing, and they work like magic. OMG, it was awesome. So they gave me all that, and they said, go home, stay in bed, don't talk to anybody, don't do anything, and if you're not better by the end of the Z-Pack, then, you know, we need to get you into the hospital and get you better. Okay. So, I stayed in bed the entire week, completely down. I didn't talk to anybody. I mean, I was completely buried underneath the blankets. I came out a couple times just to say, I'm still alive, you know. So anyway, that's where we are. That's where I ended. Well, then by Friday, I started feeling better. My voice came back. And I was breathing good. My cough went away. And I still felt kind of weak and kind of but I could feel my legs, my migraine went away. So I was feeling a lot more positive and less panicky about my results of my scans and my labs and all that stuff. So anyway, so they made me wait until today before they could get the whole panel together, and they did a Zoom meeting, and gave me my results. Now, I was terrified because normally my oncologist or my neurologist or my nephrologist, depending on what part of my body is messed up at the time, usually just they call. But they set an appointment for my whole team to meet with me. So I was getting kind of like, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, this is not the normal, something really bad is going to happen. So anyway, get to the point, Jody, I know. They started out with some negatives. My calcium in my blood was a little higher than they like to see, which usually can be a result of tumors growing in the bones and stuff. So that, they said, wasn't like super bad, super high, but it was just a little bit higher than they wanted to see. So that gave them cause to look a little bit deeper. All right. And then my red cell count was fine, was not anemic, because I struggle with anemia as well. Oh, my white count was up. I had a fever and I was sick when I took the blood work and stuff, but nothing out of normal there. My cancer markers were right where they normally are. My cholesterol was perfect, good cholesterol, perfect. Yeah, so that, the only negative in that whole thing was my calcium. So I'm thinking, okay, I can deal with that. Calcium, good. And then they passed it off to the next doctor. And I think the next guy was my neurologist. And he said that, the first guy was my nephrologist for my kidneys, because another thing, calcium, the kidneys and all that, he named off a whole bunch of stuff that they were watching, because as, you know, with one kidney, you know, your body, anything goes wrong with that kidney, like the cancer hits that kidney, then not good, because I don't have the other kidney. So that would be really bad. And I'm not really I'm not in a good spot for a transplant. So anyway, so then the neurologist comes up and he said, I just don't get it. And I was like, my heart was just like, you know, pounding away. And he goes, I just don't get it. And I was just like, pound, 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 pound. He goes, I'm seeing NAD. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I have NAD. Oh my gosh, another disease on top of cancer. Ah! And I'm like, wait, hold on. NAD, what's NAD again? And I mean, I was spiraling out. My mind had just left my body. I was just like, I had no idea what the heck he was talking about. And it reminded me of a story that when my kids were little, Ryan and Ray, they're going to kill me for telling this story on internet, but my one little boy, he had gotten a knife, like an antique knife collection from his grandpa for Christmas. Both boys did. But it was encased in glass. It's not like something you use. And then you put it up on your walls. Well, of course, Ryan being, I think he was like 4 at the time, he wanted to play with the knives. So he climbed up and he got him out. He broke it open and he had gotten one of the little ones. They're all so dull. It's like, oh my gosh, old and dull. And fell on it and punctured his leg, and it was stuck in there. So my son Raymond, who was 6 or 7 at the time, he was like screaming and telling us, oh my gosh, you know, help Ryan and stuff. We go over there and we're like trying to figure out, you know, how bad it was and assess the situation and stuff. And my husband said, oh my gosh, there's fat. Because the tissue was coming out, pushing the knife out of his body, which was a good thing. But my son Raymond, he goes, oh my gosh, there's fat. And he just started running around crying and screaming. And we're like, Ray, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Fat's not bad. It's okay. So that was me when the doctor said NAD. No, it's NED. No evidence of disease. NED. NED? Yeah, NED, sorry. He says, no evidence of disease. And I was like, can you just say that one more time because I'm not getting that? He said, well, your spine, he said the tumor is playing peekaboo again and I don't see it. It's not coming up, it's not showing. But, and I'm like, oh crap, there's always a but. The damage that it did to my spine, he thinks is what caused the numbness, because it's like pinching everything's all squished together and rubbing together, and it's pinching the nerves in my back, causing numbness. So that's what his explanation was, but I didn't care, because when he said NED, no evidence of disease, that was like, yes. But I've heard this before. A couple years ago, all my scans appeared to be clean, NED. And for a whole year, I was ecstatic. I mean, I still had pain from all the damage that the cancer has done for, all the time and stuff. But I had less pain, and I thought I was healed. I was so excited. I was like, yes, I haven't had clean scans 20 years, or not 20 years, for a long time. So anyway, no one really jumped for joy over that, because he still says, your cancer is still there. It is just playing peekaboo, and it's down so tiny and minute that the scans are not picking it up, which is awesome because it's not growing. And that was my fear, that instead of the peekaboo thing that it does, it could be growing. And that's what the tumor got big and pinched the nerve, but opposite happened. So yay on that. But the tumor on my hip and my long bone and all of that is still the same. Nothing changed. Did not go smaller, did not go bigger, which is just fine. It can just stay where they're at. But the spine is the one that they're most worried about all the time. And that is doing better than it has. Okay, now to the brain guy, same doctor, the neurologist. He said that he sees nothing wrong. My brain is NED. Fine. Doesn't see anything wrong. Sorry about that, guys. My battery went dead right in the mid-sentence. All right, so anyway, my noggin, other than it rattling around in there, is NED. They believe NED. So I'm going to claim it. I'm going to go with it. So everything other than the calcium being a little high, they're going to keep an eye on it. Other than that, everything was perfect. He said the worst thing that happened was I got sick. And when your body is already fighting a disease, cancer, and your body gets a second disease, strep throat, he said it is not like the normal body getting strep throat. And it's like it has to fight harder, and it doesn't have as much to fight with because it's already fighting over here and keeping your body going, because anything that's foreign in your body that's not supposed to be there, like the tumor, like in my hip and in my long bone and my sternum, it's not supposed to be there, and your body knows it. So it's constantly working kind of to like protect your body. It's like its senses are up and it overworks your immune system. Okay, so then you add strep throat in there, and it's stressful. So it's worse. That's why yeah, it is. It just is what it is. So I feel so much better. I feel great. Today, I had a beautiful surprise. My son came and is painting my bedrooms for me, and my grandboys were over. They went into the jacuzzi for the first time, and it was like nice and hot. I didn't go in. I'm like, not yet. It's cold outside today, but of course the jacuzzi was nice and hot. All right, this has been a long video, and I apologize. I'm used to vlogging, so I have like an hour, but okay, that's it. Good news, I thought. Excellent news. Feeling good, still have a ways to go, getting my energy back, but yeah, good news. The dogs are barking about something. All right, this is Too Cute for Cancer, and if you want to know anything about me, anything I use in my face, my makeup, supplements that I'm taking, supplements that I used to take, I think are still in my bio, everything is linked below the video in the description box. So look away, you learn a lot about me. All my furniture is in there. Yeah, I'm an open book. Okay, you guys, I love you all, and this is Too Cute for Cancer, signing off.
My hand and walk there.